The skincare industry is worth over $180 billion, and most of it is built on the exact same trick the food industry has been using on you for decades. They don't want your skin to get better, they want you to keep buying. I'm not guessing here, I went down the rabbit hole on this one, and what I found connected directly to a man named Howard Moskowitz, a food scientist who changed how corporations sell you things you can't stop consuming.
He describes the ways in which the food industry has created taste institutes where they hire, quote, craving experts to create what they call the bliss point of food in order to create heavy users. They literally use this terminology, heavy users, like a heavy drug user, right? And so they've designed foods for the right mouthfeel, the right crunch, the right flavor, the right stimulation of the dopamine in the brain, which is the addiction center. And so these foods are highly addictive, and you crave them, you want more of them the more you eat. I mean, nobody is going to eat 25 avocados, but very often people can eat 25 Chips Ahoy cookies, right? So that's because of how it affects our brain. And I think if we really look at the science of this, we have to sort of start holding these companies accountable to the foods they're producing.
And guess what? The skincare industry actually took the exact same notes. So if you watched my last video, you already know about the bliss point. Howard Moskowitz figured out the exact combination of sugar, salt, and fat that makes food impossible to put down. Food companies hired him to engineer cravings, not flavor, cravings. And the whole model works because it doesn't solve your hunger, it creates a loop. You eat, you feel good for a second, the feeling drops, you eat again. The product never satisfies you, that's the point. Now here's where it gets interesting. The skincare industry runs the exact same playbook, not with sugar and salt, with ingredients, with routines, with the idea that your skin is a problem that needs fixing every single day. Think about it, you buy a cleanser, it strips your skin overproduces oil to compensate, so you buy a product for oily skin. That product dries you out. So now you need a heavier moisturizer. Your skin reacts to the moisturizer, so now you need something for sensitivity. You just bought 4 products to fix a problem. The first product created, that's not skincare, that's a subscription model, wearing a lab coat. And the companies know this. They design products that create dependency, not results. The cleansers that's too harsh, the exfoliants you're told to use 3 times a week when once would be fine, the serum with a concentration high enough to irritate you, so you need a recovery product on top. Sound familiar? It should. Same loop as the food industry. The product doesn't solve the problem. The product is the problem. And the solution, they sell you another product.
Influencer scams you're falling for. The glass skin product trap. Theoretically, a serum can't just give you glass skin. That is just not possible. What it will do, it's going to make your skin glow and look shiny and look like glass for 5 minutes. Then after a few hours, it's going to get flaky, it's going to get dry, and you're still going to possess the unwanted skin texture. Glass skin is made of 3 components: water, barrier repair, and soft lighting. Some people even go as far as to smear oil cleanser on their face to make it look glowy, shiny, and like glass. And that just shows how far people actually go just to get that look. So if your barrier is not healthy, you'll still flake, you'll still get texture, and the glow won't last. The term fungal acne is a viral misuse. Alopecia is real, but it's rare. I keep seeing skin influencers talking about fungal acne even though they never really had it, or at least that's not what they showed in the pictures. So yes, best case scenario, a product is going to be fungal acne safe, but most skincare products these days are just simply not. Acne safe and fungal acne safe are 2 separate things. When you buy skincare, you have to watch out that both of these boxes are ticked off correctly. Fully transparent and clean skincare actually saved my skin. If everything is breaking you out, look at your cleanser, look at your overuse of actives, look at your fragrance sensitivity. And spoiler, a lot of what you think is purging is actually just barrier damage. Your skin is simply overwhelmed. Minimalist packaging doesn't mean quality. Brands know you like neutrals, white caps, the sans serif font. Just because the packaging is premium doesn't mean the product inside is. What I want you to do from now on every single time you buy a skincare product is you're going to check it on an app. You're going to see, is it fragrance free? Is it fungal acne safe? Is it non-comedogenic? Does it have ingredients that I know are going to break me out? You're going to check every single product because I don't want any of you to have any breakouts ever again. A 3-step skincare routine with real actives and barrier repair ingredients is always going to be the 10-step skincare routine with lots of viral products that you just don't need. You don't need a skincare fridge unless you live in the sauna. Your serums are literally formulated to be shelf stable. Refrigeration doesn't mean you're going to get more potent.
Here's something most skin brands will never tell you. Your skin has a microbiome, billions of bacteria living on your face right now, and the most of them are keeping your skin healthy. Every time you use a harsh cleanser, you're wiping the good bacteria along with the bad. Your skin barrier weakens, you get inflammation, redness, breakouts, and what do? Buy more products. The science on this has been building for years. Your skin has its own ecosystem and regulates itself better than most products can.
Did you know that your skin is home to millions of tiny microorganisms working round the clock? From bacteria and yeast-like organisms to microscopic mites, they all live naturally on your skin. The mix changes depending upon where they live. Oily zones such as the forehead and the nose, dry areas such as the cheeks, and moist areas like around the mouth and the eyelids. When these microorganisms stay in balance, They quietly keep your skin healthy and resilient. But when the balance is disturbed, skin concerns can flare up, such as acne, rosacea, seborrheic dermatitis, psoriasis, and even infections. Your skin's first line of defense is the microbiome. Think of it as a barrier's barrier, stronger than just the barrier alone. Modern skincare science is finding ways to support this microbiome with ceramides, hydration boosters, and prebiotics. In fact, some brands are now exploring microbiome supporting technology such as Pond's microbiome gel and face wash. So choose cleansers and skincare that protect your microbiome. Protecting it means that you're protecting your skin's true first defense.
But there's no money in telling you that. There's money in telling you your skin needs fixing. I use tretinoin, hyaluronic acid, snail mucin, matrixyl. I'm not anti-skincare. I spent a long time buying things I didn't need because I was told my skin had problems it didn't actually have. That's the trick. Make you feel broken so you buy the fix. The food industry spends billions on making junk food look healthy, green packaging, words like natural and wholesome on products full of engineered chemicals. The skincare industry does the same thing. Clinically tested doesn't mean clinically proven. Dermatologist recommended sometimes means one dermatologist got paid to say yes. Clean beauty isn't a regulated term. Anyone can slap it on a bottle. And natural, poison ivy is natural, doesn't mean you should put it on your face.
You guys know I value natural skincare,
Natural skincare.
natural ingredients,
Natural skincare.
Natural products,
natural ingredients.
Natural skincare.
Natural skincare. Sounds safe, pure, healthy. That's exactly what they want you to believe. But here's the truth. It's one of the biggest scams in the beauty industry. First, a lot of so-called natural products are flat out unsafe. They can burn, irritate, or damage your skin. Second, when they are safe, they're usually not proven to do a damn thing for your skin. Zero clinical evidence. Zero results. And third, this is my favorite part, on the rare occasions when a natural ingredient actually works, brands jack up the price so high it makes Wall Street jealous. 10, 20 times the cost of drugstore products that work just as well. So today, we're going to rip the mask off natural skincare with science.
They hire the same behavioral psychologists the food companies use. The packaging colors, the fonts, the way products are named, all of it is engineered to make you feel like you need it, not because your skin needs it, because your brain has been trained to think it does.
This girl's video went viral because she exposed how some brands trick us with packaging. People started putting products in water to see how much was actually inside, and the results shocked everyone. Many companies design packaging that looks full, but in reality, most of what you see is just thick walls. But here's the truth. It's not technically lying. Every brand prints the actual product quantity on the packaging or the website, so don't just trust the look. Always read the label.
So what actually works? Honestly, way less than they want you to believe. Sunscreen, that one's real. UV damage is the single biggest factor in skin aging.
This is what sunscreen looks like using an ultraviolet camera. But why does it look like this? And how does it even work anyway? Sunscreen is designed to protect us from the UV radiation that makes it through Earth's atmosphere. From lowest energy to highest, there are 3 different kinds: UVA, UVB, and UVC. UVC can be so damaging that it's used to sterilize hospitals, but thankfully the ozone layer blocks it out, so we don't have to worry about it that much. 95% of the UV light that does reach us is UVA, and the other 5% is UVB. It's UVB that primarily causes sunburn, but both can cause DNA damage by creating mutations that are really hard to repair and can break down tissue, causing wrinkles and sun-related aging. That's why wearing sunscreen is so important. It helps protect us from this invisible but harmful part of sunlight. Now, sunscreen comes in 2 main types: chemical and mineral. Chemical sunscreens include ingredients like these. See those alternating single and double bond structures? They are great at absorbing photons with ultraviolet energy levels, and then they convert them into tiny amounts of heat, which is why on our UV camera, they appear dark. It's sort of like a supercharged version of melanin. Melanin is a pigment that's naturally formed in the skin and forms a shield to absorb UV light and protect the nucleus and the DNA inside our cells. Melanin itself has a sun protection factor, or SPF, between 2 and 4. The body produces more melanin as a response to UV-related DNA damage. So every time you tan, it's actually a sign of harm to your skin. Then there are mineral sunscreens, which look a little different. Although they primarily absorb UV light like chemical sunscreen, they also reflect some of it, which is why what you see looks lighter. Many animals can actually naturally see UV light, so if they had to put on sunscreen, I'm sure they'd never miss a spot. Sadly, for us humans, it's invisible, so we have to use a UV camera. Follow me for more cool science stories.
Everything else is secondary. A dental cleanser that doesn't strip your skin, not the foaming stuff that makes your face feel tight. If your skin feels tight after washing, the cleanser is too harsh, full stop. A basic moisturizer, a retinoid, if you want to address aging or texture, but start low and slow, not the way TikTok tells you to do it. And here's the one nobody talks about. What you eat matters more than what you put on your face. Your gut health, your water intake, your sleep. That affects your skin more than any serum, but you can't sell a 60-pound bottle of sleep. I started paying attention to my water quality. The water coming out of your shower has chlorine and heavy metals in it. You're spending money on serums and then rinsing your face with water that undermines everything you just applied. Shower filters are trending right now, and honestly, it makes more sense than half the products people are buying. This isn't just about skincare. This is about how industries are taking something normal, eating, looking after your skin, and turn it into anxiety you have to spend money to fix. The food industry engineers cravings. The skin industry engineers insecurity. Different product, same trick. And once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. You start reading ingredients instead of marketing. You stop buying out of fear. You realize your skin was probably fine before you started fixing it. If you watched my food video, you've already seen half of this playbook. This is the other half. Same system, different aisle. I want to know from you, what's the skincare product you bought because you were told you needed it and then realized you didn't? Drop it in the comments. I bet the list is going to be long. Give me a subscribe and a like if you like my content so I can start making more of this more frequently. And thank you so much for watching. Peace. Let's break the reality together.